Kyra's everybody's favorite? Is it by default, or is she really working her magic, honey, and making all these connections? If she is, I'm here for it. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, lifestyle coach. We are reviewing Ready to Love season 4, episode number 7, the friend zone. I mean, when you see it initially, you be thinking somebody then got friend zoned. You know, I don't want to be with you romantically, but that is not what's happening here. Clever wordplay. When we open up the scene, we see the gentleman with Tommy at the gentleman's lounge. It is 6 men, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men left, and 1 woman has to go. They have to make the decision. But guess what? Tommy's like, I know it's intense and everything, but it's not all by yourself. You get to get some help from your friends. People who know you will be able to help you decide if you're making the right choice, if this lady is for you. Listen, I just had a conversation earlier about meeting friends and how intimate that can be. It's scarier to have your friends meet your new boo, bae, spouse, romantic partner possibility than it is for your family, because they know you on a different level. They are probably like judging them and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very light water to tread on. It's very delicate, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, how excited are you to have your new love interest meet your new bae? Y'all let me know down below in the comments on the scale of 1 to 10. 10 being most excited, 1 being least excited. How excited are you having your friends meet your new boo, your bae, to hear their opinion? Because you know they're gonna say the stuff that you ain't seen yourself. Because you know, you be enamored and shit. You know how that is. Sometimes you don't take a step back and you don't remove yourself to see what they might see. Ooh, it could be a little nerve-wracking. Anyway, let's go. So, the first people we see is Joel. Joel's with his 2 brothers, Precise and Bongo, and the homegirl who's like a sister, Shay. They are meeting Miss Vernisha. As per usual, her body is banging. You know, she got her hair pulled back, because you know when we ain't got our hair done and it don't do right, sometimes it's all you can do is pull it back and put it in a little bun, her little wig weave or whatever she got going on. Listen, I feel like Vernisha came with some unnerving energy. Maybe not unnerving, but it might have been too much. You know what I'm saying? It might have been too much, too fast, scary, like kind of energy, okay? Because right off the top, she tells them that she is territorial. You know, because Shay asked, well, how are you with the process? And she was like, you know, it's hard seeing him with other ladies and them liking him and building connections, but they see what it is between him and I, you know, because I'm territorial. Territorial is what animals are, right? Like, not protective, but territorial. This is mine, you can't have it, bitch, I'll beat your ass. That's territorial to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments if I misread that. That's like possessive energy. I mean, I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, would she want to be someone's possession? Nevertheless, Joel's friend is just adding fuel to the fire. Like, you know, he's friendly. She was like, yeah, I told him, you know, he can't be being so friendly with all of them. And I was like, oh, child, listen. That is part of his personality. That is who he is. I think innately he is friendly. He is a flirt. But I also feel like that if he has chosen you and you guys are in a committed monogamous relationship, that he will choose you. You know what I mean? Like, I think right now she needs to tread real lightly on the things that she's saying. As I'm watching Vernisha in the living room with, you know, his family friends, his family, right? I'm going, these are his people, not yours. And I know you want to be your most authentic self. That is who we want to be all the time. But baby, when you said I'm trying to be the first couple to one of the first couples to get married off of Ready to Love, that took everybody by surprise. And we know I mean, anybody with common sense knows that you didn't mean when this 8 weeks or whatever, however many weeks we do this is over, but you meant, you know, like that something would build and we could be in a relationship. But that is not how it came across. Even Joelle was looking like, slow down, I can't take the heat, slow down now. Hey, Bianca girl, every time I sing, I'm thinking of Bianca. So after Venetia makes that comment, she looks at Joelle and says, okay, baby, do you see yourself getting married again? Do you want to get married again? And he said that his marriage was a great experience. And if the right person comes along, then yes, I want to get married. But I also don't want to hit a brick wall thinking that I met the right person and you're not it. Honey, so then Venetia goes and she leaves, okay? And the conversation really gets to what we need to hear. Joelle wants to know how they feel about her. Shay said, there are some red flags. I saw them immediately, almost when she walked in the door, okay? Like, I was like, yeah, me too. That whole territorial thing, that fucking shit is a red flag. Like, that possessive shit, that shit is a red flag. Like, it felt real aggressive, like, you know, real intrusive. Like, nigga, you mine. Like, it felt to me that kind of energy. Now, I know some of y'all ain't gonna agree with me, and I want you to do it weird down below in the comments. Definitely share with me your opinion. Do you feel like that's a red flag? Because not only that, she said that it felt clingy to her. Like, and even Joelle said this is something that he saw as well. And it was, you know, a bit much, right? A thing that makes you want to take a step back. Like, damn, like we really ain't been talking but for a little while. And you already grabbed hold to me. You didn't latched on to me. I'm your property. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I mean, for me as a woman, that's a scary thought. How men tend to, which we know happens, how they tend to attach themselves and you're mine. No, I'm mine. I'm mine. And so just imagine how he feels. Like, I like you and all, but this too much too soon. Bongo then, you know, does a flip side, which someone should always do. What if she is right for you? What if she is genuine and is right for you? Then what? Shay is like, yeah, nah. Shay ain't feeling her at all. Evidently, she rubbed her the wrong way. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because little sis won't have him to herself no more. I don't know. But we also at the same time are watching Chris and KG. KG has two of his radio personality buddies help him out. I believe Gavin and I didn't write the lady's name down. Anyway, he's about to record a podcast, and so he's in the studio with the two friends, and here comes cute little Amber to have a conversation with them. Gavin asked the question. He said, listen, ayo, once this infatuation is gone, this new relationship energy, the rose-colored glasses are peeled back, tell me, how do you act then? Once you've passed that stage and shit gets real, how do you act then? She said, you know, I communicate dead on. I handle stuff straight direct. Like, we not finna mince no words. And then she goes on to say, you know what, if we get into an argument, I'm very passionate, but I'm not cursing anybody out. Like, meaning she's raising her voice. It is elevated. Now, I don't agree with that. Like, I mean, we all get to a place sometimes where emotions get high, but when they get this high, nobody is actually being heard. Nothing is being accomplished. Nothing is being, you know, learned. There is no understanding provided. It's just a bunch of chaos when you're up here. So when you feel like that, here's a tip from me. Kind of take a step back. Say, you know, now's not a good time. My energy is up too high. I don't think that I'm going to be able to receive what you're sharing with me. Don't put it on them. Take the accountability and responsibility about how you feel. Because I know for me, I'm going to say, I don't think that I'm able to receive what you're trying to share with me in this moment. So if we can just wait, if you can give me some time, please don't press the issue. Please don't press the issue. Please don't press the issue when it comes to me. Because baby, let me tell you, something, the switch turns or something ignites, and then it's all emotion. And I want to make sure that I'm operating out of a place that does speak to how I feel, but it's also rational so that you can understand what I'm saying. I want to be able to articulate how I feel in a way that you can understand it and we can have clarity together, right? Okay, not about me though. This is about Chris and Amber. So then, I don't know, the lady friend says, does anyone in your family know about Chris? Amber's like, nah, nobody knows. How about any of your friends? She's like, nah, nobody knows. And the homegirl is like, oh, they taking it back, like, wow. You know, and I understand why they're taking it back, because when you meet somebody that you like, you want to tell everybody. You want to tell all your friends, now your family, about how this guy or this woman that you done met, and they make you feel good, and you want to share, and this is what I like about them. And if you aren't sharing, it makes people think, so you don't like him because you would have told somebody, even if it is your closest homegirl. And what she said was, I want to wait and make sure it's real. Like, we are on the show, sis. And Chris wasn't taken aback or bothered by it, because he was like, up until this moment, nobody knew about her either. So it's a thing. Like, we're just trying to get to know each other. I normally share, especially if I'm like dating somebody and it's been more than 1 or 2 times. I definitely want to share. But I do get a little bubbly and excited if I like them. And I want to share with the people that I love that, oh, I like somebody. Like, for real. You know what I mean? Okay. But I definitely commend her on having the ability to wait and see if something actually comes about from this situation. How about y'all? What is your norm? Do you normally just hold it in until you're sure? Or do you share, like, okay, I'm dating this guy and I like him? Like, what is your tactic? What do you do? Let me know down below in the comments. I don't know which one it was. Asked Amber, why do you like Chris? And she was like, look, because of this right here. It's natural. It feels easy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. I mean, it does. They do look very comfortable together. I don't know if I feel like they match or not, but they feel very comfortable. And y'all know I like to talk about who I feel match. I do feel like Vernisha and Joelle could match, could potentially be aesthetically they match, right? But as you can see, their values as far as family is the same. But that whole possession thing, Joelle is like, listen, I go to the gym. You know, the ladies be looking. I be smiling, talking about baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's just who he is. So I think that that's where their disconnect is. But let's go back to Amber. And, oh, that kind of ended everything. I was like, let's go back to Amber and Chris. But that was the end. They leave and hug and they feel like it went well. Oh, wait. She did say, we asked. They told us, right? Wait, I guess I didn't write nothing about what the friends said about her. I think they said that she liked him. I remember. I think that's what they said. If that's wrong, I know y'all gonna get me straight in the comments. So then the next people we see is Jason and his friends Latrell and Corinda. I will butcher your name and I'm sorry. Latrell and Corinda are meeting not only Liz, but Kyra too. It's a double friend meet. Like, that's a little weird. And when she walked in, Liz was there already. And when she walked in, Liz was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Kyra was like, oh, I wasn't expecting Liz to be here. But it is what it is. He likes both of you. And I need you both to meet my friends. Like, I need to get their take on you. Girl, if you don't stop getting tongue-tied. So Kyra comes in taking charge, honey, and said, how would you describe Jason? Tell me what you think about him. Just like a quick little synopsis. And I'm all like, you know, your friends will definitely tell people how they feel about you. And of course, they're going to give your best traits. So ask my friends. They might tell you, though, some other things. There are some things that people know already, though. Like, it's always a glimpse of it. Nevertheless, she says, they say that Gavin says, no, Latrell says that he would describe him as ambitious and self-driven, and she would call him resilient, fall down 7 times, get up 8. That would be how Corinda would view Jason, and that he's a all-around stand-up guy. And Kyra's like, you know what, that's what I get from him too. So I'm not going to concern myself with that, because I mean, I don't have to concern myself because they're saying exactly who he has proven to be thus far. Tongue-tied or nah? So Corinda comes with the question. Are you an alpha female? Are you an alpha female? I'm not. Okay? I mean, I've got alpha energy, but that's because that's what I have to be as the head of my household. as a single parent, right? I have the alpha energy. I'm an alpha at work for sure, but I'm with Kyra, right? Kyra said she wants her man to be the head of the household. She wants him to be able to run the house, right? She said because what it is in Black communities, what you hear is always Big Mama is really who runs the household, right? I mean, and that's the reality of it, right? The house, especially when you think of Big Mama, the house was taking care of the kids and the food and the running of the house and how kids got off to school, etc. That was all Big Mama's job. Big Daddy went to work and came home with the money for Big Mama to go take care of her business. Big Mama went and shared all the problems that she had with these kids and what was going on. He was still the head, but what I guess she's saying is she wants him, I don't know, because, you know, I don't know what she's saying. Because innately, she would still be running the household. But I guess it's, I don't know, for me, I would like it to be, I would like my husband to lead. If I ever get married again, like I said, I'm not sure if that's a thing for me. But it would be a collaborative effort. Like, know what my strengths are and lean on me for those. Like, it'd be collaborative. Because I'm not following you in a ditch. I'm going to let you lead until it looks stupid. And I'm going to be like, hey, babe, so what do you think about? Anyway, it's not about me. So they ask, or Liz answers the same question. And I like Liz's answer for her. I want my husband to lead the way spiritually. Not just in the physical realm, because spiritually is something else. Spiritually says you are providing covering. You know, and in her hierarchy, God, husband, wife, children, you know what I'm saying? He's following God. And so it's easier to follow him as it relates to Christianity, right? She said, you know, he broke down the whole book of Daniel for me. I wouldn't have saw that for Jason. I didn't see that. Now, listen, Jason is not my favorite aesthetically, but this episode, he has won me over with some of the things and the way that he has been acting. See, because with Liz, it's very lustful, and I hated it. It just was about her body and the way she looked. And then with Kyra, it's a different feel. But right now, he's giving that gentlemanly, genuine, authentic vibe. Like, I really want to get to know these ladies. So it's a different feel for me this go round. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. I wrote down Liz has a body because she says goodbye. But, you know, I say it all the time. Every time she got on something that showed that shape, I was like, come on, class, with ass. Like, yes, Liz. Anyway, so they ask Kyra, what is her 5-year vision? And she says, you know what, I want to be married in the next 5 years. I don't have any children, but that's what I want. And the friend says, well, you know, such stuff happens. So if in 5 years y'all not married, then what? She was like, okay, you playing right. I mean, I'm sure we all was looking like, you playing right, because it's not going to take you 5 years to figure out if you want to marry me, if you want to be with me. I'm not planning on being around for 5 years waiting for you to figure out if I'm her or not. That's pretty much what Kyra said. Like, don't play no games with me. Don't do that. Like, please don't do that. I'm not going to be sitting around waiting on him. Do you see me? That's Kyra. Do you see me? Do you see what I have to offer? Like, I'm a beauty and I'm brains. I'm charismatic, right? I'm funny. Like, what? Do you not see me? Oh, they don't know that all these men want her. Anyway, so, they leave. Okay? Both the ladies are gone and Jason wants their opinion of them. Honey, Corinda says, Kyra is more down to earth. Like, I like her for him. I like her for you. And she said, sitting by Liz, I could feel the Lord's presence. And I cracked up and just as hard, because she was like, you know, you can see that she is an upstanding woman. So they may not see the value in a woman of substance like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you, Liz, when she gets that man, honey, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell her nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell him nothing. Honey, watch her come out. Well, she gonna be still all classy and stuff, and his world is gonna be rocked. Don't let that nice, pristine package fool you, okay? Anyway, so they liked Kyra for him. And in my opinion, I like Kyra better for him than Liz. For me, they don't match. They said Liz was a little too stiff. And I was like, stiff? I wouldn't say stiff, but poised. Yes. Graceful. Yes. Stiff? Nah. I think that Liz is going to have to maybe just like show a little more of her fun side, which is what we don't get a lot of. We get a lot of the classy side of her and not the fun side. But she tried with the golf. Come over here and help me. Like, I commend her for that, okay? Because that just doesn't seem, that seemed like something that was outside of her normal scope. This is gonna be long. I'm sorry, I be having a lot to say. So next we see AJ, and AJ's friends Khalil and Danielle meet Kyra. Honey, Kyra with her little body out there on the volleyball court, they playing their little game, and volleyball is definitely about communication. I don't play volleyball, but I will go out there and try. It is about communication and athleticism. I don't care, communication ain't enough, okay? But you do hear them saying, mine, I got it, when you watching the matches, or if you've ever seen a volleyball match, right? So they go and sit down, and the one thing I said was, Kyra, she wants to take control of the conversation. So she has a lot of alpha. I don't want to be interrogated. That's what that, I don't want to be interviewed. So let me ask the questions versus you asking me the question. But one question they did ask, they asked her, how do you feel about him having female friends? And she said, I have to fill it out and see. And I'm all like, if he's telling you that it's a platonic friendship, then you have to go with that and trust what he says. You cannot let your insecurities get in the way of that friendship. If they are platonic friends, until he shows you otherwise, you have to believe him. And if they're platonic, she's likely going to be around and be with you too. But you know, we got people, we know that sneaky links be happening, y'all. I didn't even know what a sneaky link was, but we know that sneaky links be happening with people who say they're friends. We do know that that's a thing. So you have to trust what he says, and then until you can't, right? That's how I feel. I can't be with you and not trust you. I have to feel secure in our relationship. And the moment that I don't feel secure in our relationship, keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. You can just go. I think this is my theme song. Walk on, keep on, especially when things don't go right. I think that might be my theme song. Maybe in breaking up, I should start just sending that as a voice message. That wouldn't even be right. Anyway. So she flipped the script and said, you know what, let me ask a question because I don't want to be in the hot seat. And she said, tell me if your friend is really ready to love. I mean, is he a hoe or not? Is he a player or what? You know, like, he love it when they call him Big Papa or not? Like, is he ready or no? Let me know he your friend. My thing about this question is, your friends ain't gonna be like, especially in this instance, oh girl, he a hoe. Leave him alone. I don't think he ready. Most people's friends are not gonna tell somebody they just met that about their friend who they are loyal to, right? But they both said that they felt he was ready. I mean, I didn't think they would say anything differently. Did you? I wanna say last season somebody said something a little slightly differently, but I didn't think so. So she leaves, and I like Danielle because she's doing what we do as women. We look at more than just what you're saying. We watch your body language. You know what I'm saying? We see you in your entirety if you are an empath and you are tapped in, which most women are empaths, not all. What Danielle said was she still has her guard up, but she likes you. And there is potential there. You could see it when she smiled at you and the genuine hug that she gave you, but she's guarded. And you know, we know she's guarded, and we know why. Because of that date. Because of that date in the back of her mind, Kyra is still thinking about that date with AJ. And you also have to remember that your energy speaks before you ever open your mouth. So no matter how you're feeling, your energy enters the room before you do. So if you got a fucked up attitude and you don't like somebody, that energy is going to enter before you even say hello. You're going to walk in, it's going to be loud, it's going to reek, and it's going to stink, okay? So, the next people we see are Ron, and Ron has got Chrissy and Alexis meeting his friends, Taniqua and Nate, okay? And so, they're at the lounge or the club or whatever, and I just wrote down, Alexis is straight up intimidated by Chrissy's beauty and what she offers, which is something different than what Alexis offers to Ron. And, you know, I know it doesn't work out well, but because she constantly is, it feels like she's picking on her, like she's here to meet her friend, and that's what she got on, a cat suit with the holes at the side. She has on what's comfortable for her. Okay, what we know is Chrissy is beautiful, excuse me, and a fun girl, and that's how they look, and that's what he likes. That's normally what he's attracted to, and she is being her authentic self, whether you, Alexis, like it or not. Nevertheless, Taniqua asks, how do you feel about last minute trips? And then you have Alexis, who seems like, did I say it last week that she talks too much? Like it's almost like she's a politician, and I'm out here selling the fact that I'm who I am and I want you to like me too, right? Like this is me, really. But she says, I'm down for it. I'm a woman of order, so I have to make plans, but I always have my village on standby for my child. I like that she included her son to make sure they knew that she already came with, that she was a package deal. There's somebody in my life already that we have to consider. So I like that. And he's a single man, so he can go seat of the pants. And so can Chrissy. She's like, I'm a flight attendant, so I'm gone all the time. I can do it. And that bothered Alexis. Like, just because your life looks different than hers, stop being so bothered by it. Like, I want you to stand in your shit. Like, cause you got it. It's just different than hers. It looks different than hers. Anyway, Alexis goes further and says, yeah, she's pretty and everything, but she doesn't talk much. Not everybody is an extrovert. Not everybody has to be seen in that manner. Pretty girls sometimes sit quietly and want to be seen. Now listen, Chrissy does give you, I'm pretty, I'm kept, and this is all that it takes. But I just don't like the way Alexis is playing, like speaking of her. I don't like it. I don't like it. And even though the producers are asking specific questions, there's a way to answer the question where you are not like taking jabs at another woman. Anyway, maybe that's just my own shit and I'm just triggered by the fact that, you know, why would you do that? Nate asked then, do you want kids? And she said, Chrissy, I'm open to it. And then we see her in her diary cam like, I wasn't a girl who was talking about I want to be a mommy. Look, because she wanted things to be about her. I mean, you can't be a mommy if you're, you know, if you don't have the nurturing gene, which it doesn't seem like Chrissy has. When he asked the same question to, help me out. Oh no, they didn't ask till after, but they did ask the same question to Alexis. And Alexis said, yes, I'm open to it. I'm tired of playing with trucks and monsters, because she has a boy, you know, and that's, you know, Ron can do this, etc. But they asked, what qualities are you looking for? And she said, fun. Chrissy said, fun. I want him to be fun and to do the thing, want to do the things that I want to do. And can you cook? And they just laugh. Like, she ain't said nothing about cooking. She ain't thought about cooking. I'm single. I don't have to cook. Somebody is taking me out all the time. You know, she's like, I don't feel like being interviewed. I don't want to be interviewed, but she has to leave anyway. You know, I think what they do is stagger them. They're only there for a little bit together. So she exits. And Ron says that that's how their relationship is. They don't talk much, but they understand one another. Then that's when they ask Alexis about kids and how do you feel about him having female friends? She said, I'm a confident woman. So I was like, anytime you gotta scream constantly, I'm a confident woman, I'm a confident woman, might show that you are a little bit insecure, that you might have some issues with women being around. But hell, what do I know except for you gotta constantly remind him that you're his number one. Don't forget who your number one is, girl. If you his number one, he won't forget. I shouldn't have to remind you of that because there was a woman next to me that was equally as beautiful as I am, and I feel away. All right, okay, that's just my shit. Maybe I don't know. All right, so when she leaves, Taniqua says that she likes Alexis and pretty much says, well, Chrissy, I like her too, but if you want to continue down the same road and just have fun, then Chrissy is who's for you. But if you want to level up, you want a woman that's going to help you get to a higher place in stature, in your business, in your life, then Alexis is who you would want. Now listen, this thing with David should go home next, period, the end. Listen, hold on, I'm gonna just try and remember that thought, but I feel like David should be next. Like, he full of shit to me. Here we go. So David has Liz meet Micah, his friend Micah, and his friend Brittany. And Liz, is excited about meeting his friends because she genuinely likes him. One of the first questions Brittany asks is, what does a successful marriage looks like, or what does it take to have a successful marriage? And she says, great communication and the ability to give grace to one another. Know that nobody is perfect. No, we all make mistakes, so I afford you grace like I afford it for myself. You're my spouse and an extension of me. I afford you grace as well. Micah says, okay, so why are you not married? So before she got there, you know, David gave the rundown, said that she was 40 and had no kids, had never been married. And, you know, Micah was like, well, is she crazy? And he was like, no, she's not crazy. So he asked her, why aren't you married? And she said, I haven't had many relationships, and I'm now in a place in my life that I'm ready to receive my life partner. So on the side, you know, in the diary cam or whatever it's called, David says that Liz gave him a call right after the date with Jason and shared that he kissed her. Okay? Which was very noble of her. And so he goes on this fucking rant as he's looking at Liz and says, you know, I want to use more wisdom. I normally lead with my heart, and this time I want to lead with more wisdom in my decision making. And you know, I really don't know Liz well. I mean, I don't know if he's telling her that. I can't remember, but that's what he said. I can't remember if it was in the confessional or whatever it's called, or if it was him talking aloud. Liz asked his friends, do you think that he's ready to love again after everything that he's been through? And they both say yes. And then they reversed the question and asked her if she thought that he was ready to love. And she touched his hand and she said, you know, I understand that it's taking his time, and you know, it doesn't bother me, because the friend asked, right? It doesn't bother me, but what I would like is more consistency. That's a big word, consistency. Don't be flip-flopping and switching. And I think the switch came when it came to Jason giving her a kiss. She said in her confessional thingy, I've been giving him grace and the benefit of the doubt. Now he needs to make a decision. His indecisiveness is a problem. And in this part of the game, you are the process. She didn't say game. You know whether or not you want me. Don't string me along and make me think only, you know, just let's not do that. Brittany, when she leaves, shares that she thinks that she's sweet and that she likes him, okay? He says, I don't want to be quick and make a rash decision and say that she's my person. I don't really think that that's what this is about, right? Yes, you are trying to find, you know, someone that you are compatible with. But I don't think that you have to walk away and they be your person. I think that you can walk away and be like, this is someone that I want to continue to get to know. Why are you and both Vernice are placing so much value on coming out of this with, like, you know, a serious commitment? No, it's just somebody I want to continue to see and get to know. All of those are over. Jason and Kyra, they have a date. They go to an art gallery that his friend has been curating, and it's theirs for the night. Okay, and I really think that this is the moment that I said this was the solidifying moment, because earlier, you know, I thought he was being genuine and authentic. It was no longer about lust. This is when I was like, okay, I see you, Jason, and I'm gonna give you a chance, right? I'm gonna give you the opportunity to prove to all of us that you ain't just about hitting it and quitting it. So he greets her. She's got a couple roses. He opens the door. It's rose petals on the floor. It is just the two of them. Listen, he opens up a bottle of champagne, and it's lovely. It's just the two of them, and they're looking at, you know, the art. Like, listen, you ever have a date at a museum? You get to see what their intellect is. You get to really see how you vibe, like when you do some type of intellectual, artistic thing together. Like, you know, anyway. So it shows you a different side of them. Nonetheless, she talks about a picture that she sees, and it looks like, you know, how love has, let me see, that how there's no formula for love, because there's so many things that go into it. You know, that's what the picture brought up for her. This is what I wrote. He seems like a genuine guy with her, and it appears more natural between the two of them than it does him and Liz. And they have a kiss. You know, they're giddy. You know that new I like you energy. They have that energy between the two of them, and they're giggling. And you know, he goes in to kiss her because that's you know what, he's 36. I guess that's the move. He goes in to kiss I just had a thought. He goes in to kiss her and kisses her on the cheek. And she goes to give her a cheek, and she was like, you're not going for that. And they actually kiss, and they kiss twice, and it's not as awkward or feel as forced as it did with Liz. With Liz, it just felt unwanted to me. With Kyra, it seemed welcomed and that she was prepared for it. She then says, you know what? I like AJ too, and Jason's a good guy, so I'm confused between the two of them. Well, now we back at the lounge, child, and all the men need drinks. They need their whiskey or bourbon or whatever it is that they pouring, honey, because this is going to be a tough one. Okay, I was thinking, well, who going to be on the bottom other than Chrissy? Because that's who I felt should have been on the bottom, because she got some work to do. Anyway, so when Tommy gets in, he's like, let's talk about these dates. Joelle, you first. So he says talks about his concerns about her being clingy, and things being too fast, and feeling like he was being rubbed the wrong way. And Tommy said, hey, y'all have had a great connection, and no relationship is perfect, so keep that in mind. Like, and that's good advice. Like, do the good things outweigh the bad things about the person that you're with, that you're dating. Like, I try and remind myself of that all the time when I'm in a moment of, is this right for me? Is this something I want to continue doing? I always have to ask myself, does this one thing outweigh all the other great things that I like about the person? Like, and I recommend you do that for yourself. Like, and how do you feel? Is this thing so big that you need to walk away? Is it disturbing your peace? Is it disturbing the direction that your life is headed? Is it not aligned with the things that you want? Those are things that you have to consider. And if it's something small, then you could probably let it go. But controlling, possessiveness, clinginess, is a bit of a red flag. And I think that there's some work that needs to be done in the shadows, right? Why are you so territorial? Anyway, let's keep going. He goes on to Jason, and Jason says he had a date with both Liz and Kyra. And he then again solidifies it for me again, because it gets teared up, like, and my little heart was filled with joy. And he says, it's great to hear women speak so highly of me. That's not something that I normally hear. Ladies, what are we doing? Are we not uplifting our men? Are we not speaking life into them? Are we not sharing the things that we like about them? Are you not saying how much certain things bring you joy about them, or what great attributes about them that you like? I like that you're a great father. I like that you have self-care. I like that you consider me. I like that I feel safe and I can have conversations with you. Like, are you not sharing the things that you like about the brother you dating? What are we doing? Just tearing them down and telling them what we don't like? Listen, pro tip. When you have something that you have to share that does not feel so good, think about how teachers should be sharing things with parents. They normally tell you what an outstanding thing your child is doing in this area and that area before they tell you that your child talks too much and disrupts the class. Like, they'll be like, Kingston is so brilliant. He's really a leader. We call him the little lawyer. However, he's disruptive. You know what I'm saying? So kind of use that same formula. Build them up before you share with them the things that you don't like. Don't jab, 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 jab. That's why you by yourself now. I mean, not the only reason. Sometimes it's just you're just too good to be true, and they don't deserve you, and they know it, so they go on and walk away. Anyway, so then he shared that the friends had said that Liz was stiff, that Kyra was more the fit and Liz was stiff. And Tommy was like, wait, hold on. You was just saying the other day. He was like, I feel differently when I'm with her. But that's what they saw. Like, Tommy, don't get on me about it. I still see her as carefree and loving and somebody I would want to be with. Then Ron says, you know, I went out with Chrissy and Alexis, and my friend asked me, told me that Chrissy was fun and that Alexis is a level up. And so Tommy said, hey, yo, check this out. Do you want to have fun or do you want something long lasting? I think that's a question fellas should ask themselves all the time. Do you want to have fun or do you want something that is long lasting? Long lasting and someone that's going to hold you accountable and help you level up sometimes can be a bit scary for all of us, right? That makes you have to, really do the work and dig in and really challenges you. Sometimes could be scary. Don't be scared. Just do it. So Tommy says, you know what? I'm going to switch this up a bit. Hold on. Let's switch it up. If the process ended right now, who are you going home with? Big question. And here I am thinking I know everybody's answer. Probably like you thought you knew everybody's answer. Honey, and we was all shocked and appalled. Okay? Listen, so AJ goes first and he says Kyra. Okay, I'm with it because, he's Kyra or Alexis. I'm with it. For me, him and Kyra have a better flow together. He asked Joelle, and when Joelle said Kyra, I said, what the fuck? And when have y'all been talking and going on dates? I ain't never seen you with her. How in the hell did we get to Kyra? Did Vernisha do so poorly with your friends that you have just thrown her to the wayside? All that shit that has been invested? Like, listen, time to confront your demons and deal with whatever the shit is that she said that tap, that feelings that got you all emo, which I, learned really, I knew it was emotional, but it mean like, bad feelings, like tap, you on your side. Like, what is that nerve that she hit that you probably need to take a look at in the mirror? Because I don't think you should have been choosing Kyra as your number one. Like, you would go home with her today. He goes on and tells us, you know what? To be honest, the night before I was on the phone with Vernisha and she said some things that I didn't like. Okay, I didn't like, and that's still my baby, but it's some stuff that we need to have a conversation about. And I was like, okay. He was like, I was kind of probably just being petty. He said that she comes off controlling and it made him feel away. Nobody wants to be controlled. And that's why clingy and territorial rubbed him wrong. David said, him and Han, and then touched AJ and Joelle and said, I guess we all going home with Kyra. What the fuck? So David, you have been playing our girl Liz? You have been stringing her along? What is this that we're doing and why? Oh, okay. Because what it is you've got this authentic woman in front of you that is classy, that knows what she wants, that's headed in the right direction, and it scares you because you don't know what to do with it because you honestly have work to do. Your demons are showing, sir. You're taking it slow, and I don't know, maybe so. You need to go home next. Just for the sheer fact that we haven't seen you date Kyra either. So you need to go home. You ain't even giving us no real reason as to why Kyra is your choice. I'm with Jason. What the fuck? I'm over here really courting this girl Kyra and y'all just coming in talking about Kyra. I'm really trying to get to know her. What are y'all doing? Ron says Alexis. Chris says Amber. Jason says Kyra. Those three people are exactly what I thought they would be. And so is AJ. It is David and Joelle that have thrown us for a loop, like WTF. So then we talk about who is the weakest in the group. Ron and AJ says Liz. David starts talking about, I don't know what he starts talking about. I don't know what his point is when he goes on this little rant about him and her. And I'm all like, so is she on your bottom? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because we're talking about the weakest. So she's on your bottom. Joelle, Chris, and Jason all say Chrissy. They say she is selfish. Not only that, all the fellas say she never returns people call. She don't text back. She don't call. Ron's like, I don't have that problem. See, what happens is we don't like you if we ain't calling you back. We don't have the feeling that you are it for us. So they're absolutely right and thinking that she doesn't want to be with them. And they're also absolutely right that she's selfish, and she's done it in several of her confessionals. She's like, it's all about me. I don't want no kids. It's all about me. It's all about me and what I want to do, and I want all your time. Like, at least she's being her authentic self. She got some work to do or whatever, but nonetheless, it is who she is. It's her authentic self. KG says, hey, yo, she ain't available. You know, and Ron's like, I think he's just a hater. No, he not. She's not available for a relationship. Ron is like, she answers my call, and I think she's ready for a relationship. I can say this, he did a lot more for Chrissy than David did for Liz. He came to her defense. David didn't say nothing. David pretty much just agreed that she should be on the bottom, and I'm just not okay with that. Homeboy needs to go home next week. Homeboy needs to go home. David has rubbed me the wrong way. He needs to go home. And that little clip that we see of them kind of like having a little back and forth, David needs to go the fuck home. I don't even know what the issue was for next week, but what I know this week is I want David gone. I don't like him. I don't like him, but you know, whatever. I'm just here to review and provide my opinion. So, oh, I wrote David is a sucker. That's what I wrote down, all of that. Okay, so Ron is responsible to talk to Liz, and Chris is responsible to talk to Chrissy. When Ron sits down and he talks to Liz, he tells Liz that, you know, people are saying that you're stiff and you're closed, and that they want to see more of you and who you are. Like, they're not seeing enough layers of Liz, you know, and you know, I don't know what y'all want her to do. I mean, she could lighten up a little bit, but that's probably not part of who she is, right? Ain't she a CEO of a production company? She might have to be the boss all the time. And sometimes, you know, finding that line. Remember, she ain't dated in a while. This is new, this whole dating scene. She got to figure it out, child. When Chris sits with Chrissy, he tells her that first off, when she comes in, listen, when I told you your energy comes into the room before you do, her energy was funky, nasty, stank. It was closed off. It was, I don't want to be here. I know what this is about. It was very standoffish. Her energy entered before she walked in the room. And then when she opened her mouth, her energy matched. It was stank, okay? So, you know, Chris says that he likes her like, I really like you a lot. And she's all like, stop playing. You know, I don't know who, you know, whose type people are. Well, what Chrissy knows is, you ain't my type. I'm a kept woman. And I already know from last year that you don't know how to lead financially. Okay, that's the thing that she learned. And why would I waste my time on you, Chris? You had a great opportunity with Naya and you missed it. Naya probably has the same mindset as Chrissy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't finna mince words. I'm not gonna play with you. I don't like you like that. And, you know, she was like, I'm not here to play the game, because she could have played the game and talked to all of them and could have still been there. You know what I'm saying? But her energy is too closed off and about self for her to even get to that space. Anyway, I keep talking about this. Chris said, you know what? The fellas got together and we think that you are not ready to love, but you are open to it because you're selfish. Well, that ain't, but she is selfish. You know what I'm saying? And she thinks that she can rest on her pretty. Even though all the things Alexis was saying may have been true, I just didn't like that she was like taking jabs at her, because the worst part about it was that they wanted the same man, and that's why it didn't sit well with me. You had to down her to make yourself look better. Just remember who your number one is. Then Liz, they told Liz, you know what, we think you're ready to love, but we need more layers. You know, we need to see more of you. And I liked her answer. She was like, you know what, I appreciate you letting me know, and I'm gonna go and revisit this. I'm gonna think about what you said. That's what you say? You don't be like, I am who I am. Like, that's a lady. She gonna really think about, well, what is it I'm not showing? Because she said, you know, I show up as myself. And I feel like that she does. I feel like she's refined, reserved, classy. You know what I'm saying? And what you want from her is probably not what you're gonna get I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, did they make the right choice? Is Chrissy the one that should have gone home, or should it have been Liz? Y'all just tell me what you think about this entire episode down below in the comments. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love season number 4, episode number 7. If this is your first time visiting my channel, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine, okay? Right next to that though, and that's for everybody who's already subscribed, go ahead and click the notification bell. All of y'all newbies, oldies, all the ray of sunshines, click the all one, not personalized, but all, all. So you're alerted of all the videos I upload going forward. Like this video because you like me and what I will know that it's real. Share it with your people. I know that I'm a jewel. I know you want to keep me to yourself. But I mean, sharing is caring. So share this video with your friends, in your group me, in your chats. Like, oh, this girl crazy, check her out. Do you believe what she said? Do you agree with what she said? If you don't, go ahead and tell her. She's open to it. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you. Even if you don't know what that is for yourself, hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.